Greetings to the ghosts and the ghouls and the goblins. Happy Halloween, everybody. I don't know how to do a scary voice. I don't sound very
intimidating. You started out sounding like a
vampire.
Yeah, and then it just
Stick
turns
with
into
that.
your regular voice.
Stick with that. I think you're trying to sound like a ghost.
No, it's
Stick
like
with a
three
bad
things.
Dracula impression. I think that'll be better.
I just don't think that I can sound like...
I think you can do it.
Like dark and mysterious like that. Like I don't have that in my repertoire. So welcome to our Halloween SPOOKtacular, possibly the first of many.
Hopefully.
Down the line, whatever.
Year in the future. That's all we have to do. Make it a year into the future.
Mm-hmm. Seems very possible. So today we are talking about real life ghost stories. I think we both have a couple.
Yeah.
If you didn't tune in to the last episode, Preston told a scary story about the time he used a Ouija board. Someone who actually died tapped in. That's why we're not doing a Ouija board this episode, because they believe in it.
Yeah, something could just get into the apartment via that way. If there's something not already here, like, it would suck to just let something in.
Let something in. That's disturbing. I'd hate to let a demon into your house. I'd feel kind of guilty.
Kind of guilty.
Your cat would play with it, though, like you said.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you want to tell the first one? I know you have a couple.
This is more like myth, folklore sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, you know how they're just modern urban legends? Like, people will tell spooky stories of, oh, I knew somebody, or this person down the street, or whatever.
Yeah.
And going to middle school, I remember being in 8th grade, and somehow my class generated a rumor to a younger grade about how there was a escaped mental patient living in the basement of the library. Because there was a basement door in the library.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want you to go down there because that's probably where the furnace and maintenance shit is.
And the
apparently escaped
person.
Serial killer psycho from the mental hospital that was basically straight through the woods. There was actually a mental hospital straight through the woods behind my middle school. Yes.
So it's not like it... So you all made it up?
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know who the fuck... I know it was someone in my class. Like, someone in my grade. But yeah, I don't know how that rumor got started. But I thought it was pretty good because it's believable. It sounds like something you could keep telling people.
Yeah. I think we definitely had some shit like that in our school. Just urban legends and shit like that.
Prank-wise, pretty good. Tell somebody there's a mental patient planning to kill you in the basement. Other personal experience with ghosts? Like, at my grandmother's house, I've seen a ghost and, like, interacted with the ghost. I don't know if it's the same ghost. I said the ghost, though.
You've touched a ghost. You've been
Pushed
touched
by a ghost.
You've been touched by a ghost.
No.
Pushed. There's touching involved in push. Like, you felt like it's ghost hands behind
Something like that.
So
this ghost used the force on me more like...
Talk about it.
I don't know. I was just, like, hanging out with my friends in the basement. We had turned off the lights. I don't know what the fuck we were doing, but I had, like, a whole fort built down there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in, like, the tent part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got pushed with enough force to, like, fall on the ground. I was in the tent with my other friends, so I know it wasn't one of them, but...
Wow, that's wild.
I think that was after I had already seen a ghost in the hallway of her house.
So
what you think of when you see a ghost is what I saw.
Like,
there's, like,
white sheet, you know.
Like a flowy figure.
Anything more specific? Was it like a man or a woman?
It was like a woman in a dress.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was like flowy. Like
just like all white. Not walking, just kind of gliding. Yeah. Fucking weird. I used to sleepwalk in that house a lot too, though.
So it could have been like some like sleep paralysis demon.
Possibly.
Or it possessed you and made you sleepwalk.
Ooh. Cap.
Cap. Do you believe in possessions and shit like that? I kind of do.
I don't know. In, like, modern day, I don't know. I'm sure that a lot of possessions were just people with mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, you're a very religious, closed-minded person. You see somebody have a seizure, you're like, oh my god, it's the fucking devil. Like,
That's true.
what else are you gonna think?
Yeah, when there's no, like...
rational explanation immediately?
Yeah.
For someone doing something? You're definitely just like, oh shit, it's the demons.
People have been using psychedelics for, like, religious reasons and other reasons throughout mankind, and, like, that's why they use that to explain, like, mythical creatures, like fairies, dragons.
Because you be seeing some shit.
Like, whoa, bro, you see that? They're like, I guess.
I guess, bro. What you seeing?
You
that
see,
fucking mushroom?
You seeing the
that
same
mushroom's
thing
a person. Love that.
Well, there's a lot of, like, links to, like, psychedelics and religion, like creationism and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I've told you before that they linked the burning bush in the Bible to, like, I forget the name of the bush, but some bush with, like, psychedelic properties that when burned could create hallucinations like that.
Interesting.
So, no wonder the burning bush started fucking talking to you.
Moses was doing peyote.
I've heard a theory that he was, like, schizophrenic, and
oh shit.
sometimes schizophrenic people will see things on fire.
I mean,
like, that's a pretty common one, like, shared hallucination amongst people who are schizophrenic.
He also said he parted to see.
True.
He was seeing some shit.
True. Regular drugs.
I saw this post that was like, Jesus was a rebel. He hated the government. Like, he was anti-government, and they killed him because he was, like, spreading ideas of his own. But, like, he shouldn't be blamed for Christianity because he was just some guy.
Just some guy. I wanted to do, like, a YouTube channel at one point, and I wanted to do animations or, like, sketch comedy. And one concept I came up with that I still think is pretty funny is just another dude named Jesus at the same time. Just living his daily life, but everybody confuses him for the Jesus.
That's good.
Don't fuck with the Jesus. Anyways, let's get back on top.
Oh, there is a topic, Louis?
It's the spooktacular. We have to talk about spooky shit, not how Jesus was killed by the state.
Other spooky shit.
Have
I told you all my experiences, I guess? I feel like that's mostly it. Seen a ghost, been pushed by a ghost.
So, you said that the Ouija board experience happened, like, next to your grandma's house?
Different grandparents.
Different grandparents, okay. Do you think that there's, like...
I don't even understand that one, because I feel like ghosts have to haunt a place.
You were talking about infrasound on the last episode, which I thought was really interesting. I've heard, like, carbon monoxide is a big thing when it comes to that, because people say that when you're in an old space like that, like, you can have hallucinations and shit like that, potentially. And those are old places, and you can imagine, like, it wouldn't be that crazy to have that, like, primed in your head almost.
So my grandmother's isn't actually that old. Her house was probably built in, like, the 60s. Something like that. So, like, infrasound-wise, I don't know what would be causing that. Same thing, like I said, being outside for the Ouija board story. Though I don't know what that would even have to do with the Ouija board. That's not, like, visual hallucination.
No. Do you think that some people are more...
in tune with that shit?
Yeah.
Fully. There are definitely
like
people
psychics
who are...
and shit?
Yeah.
Have you
I don't
been
know
to a
about
psychic?
psychics. I feel like they're just really good at reading you most of the time. You know, it's the same thing as being a psychiatrist or like a detective, just having to really understand people without knowing much about them, being able to make good inferences. Because the whole part of it is, like, you still meet each other a little bit, and they can tell enough about your personality and your clothing to, like, then make some assumptions about you. And it's the same thing as, like, this is a very hot take, as, like, zodiac signs and shit like that, because they make broad statements that you're likely to agree with, and as you give them more and more information, the more accurate it is.
I mean, that is what psychics do. They, you know, tell you, oh, I see a man in your future, and it's like, oh, really? That's crazy. Unless you're a lesbian, that's going to
That
apply
would
to
be
you.
great.
I'm gonna borrow someone else's clothes.
You're what?
And I'm gonna mislead the sidekick.
Nice.
If you like wore my clothes, you might trick them into thinking you're a big goofy white boy.
I feel like that's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Like, what if me and Preston switched clothes? Like,
go test to see what they think.
What if they gave your predictions to me and my predictions to you? That'd be fucking hilarious.
Got him.
If they were telling me, like, you're a dropout.
Self-identifying big goofy white boy. What do you have in your bio?
New Beginnings.
That's right.
There's a Reason album called New Beginnings, and I kind of like that. Because, I mean, it is kind of new beginnings. New podcast, new year, new me.
New year, new me.
I think people say that, like, around New Year's, and it's just
know.
like, nah, you still same old bitch on your back on your own shit.
How to continue being toxic into the new year.
Say new year, new me. Do nothing to change.
That's a red flag right there.
True.
Since everybody's talking about fucking red flags.
Getting sloppy drunk and then saying, new year, new me, bitch. Red flag. So many people are like that too. It's so funny.
When being a drunk bitch is supposed to be the new you in the
Right.
new year. Okay.
Okay, let's see how this one goes.
It's kind of looking like your old year, but you know. We're skipping a few months ahead, aren't we?
Who cares?
Are we going to have holiday episodes for every holiday? Are we having Thanksgiving dinner around the microphone?
That'd be funny.
Did you dress up a lot as a kid? Did you like dress up as something new every year? Were you into it?
I loved dressing up as a kid.
I didn't like the actual part of like dressing up, but I liked like pretending I was like Dracula or something.
Yeah. I used to make believe a lot. Just because I was an only child for a long enough time to have to learn how to just keep myself entertained.
Gay.
You know? But like I would save my costumes just to like make believe with. So one year I like went as Spider-Man, so I had a muscle suit.
Mm-hmm. That you could play in all the time.
And then another year I went as a pirate, so I wore the pirate shirt over the muscle suit, so that I was just a strong pirate.
That's when I was a pirate.
Oh my god.
I was a pirate too. Being a pirate was cool.
Yeah, right?
I'd go to the door and be like, give me your booty.
Your booty. What was your last Halloween costume you ever wore?
Dracula, I think.
Really?
And that's why it was funny that I cited Dracula as me pretending because I was probably like 13.
My last Halloween costume for like a family thing, just everybody's wearing a costume. I think I had a skeleton hoodie that I just wore the entire night. But it like zipped all the way up. So it was also a mask.
Last year, the
laziest costume ever.
Last year, the costume I had was I went to Caulfield's that day, and I got like a Viking helmet, and so it was just Louis in a Viking helmet.
Regular ass old clothes.
Love that.
One of the last years I was trick-or-treating, I went as Sheriff Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead.
Oh my god.
But I was
and everyone was like, who the fuck are you?
They thought I was like an actual cop because fucking big 6'2" fucking giant little kid is coming and knocking on your door.
Oh my god, I can imagine that. That's great.
My pothead aunt was like, oh, I thought you were the police. And it was like, yep, that's me. I'm here to take your pot.
I think one year, I'm pale as shit. Just for anybody who hasn't seen me before, I'm pale as shit. I think one year I just wore the edgiest clothes I had and told everybody I was a vampire. That's because awesome. I thought that would be pretty funny.
So did you ever have the experience of going to like the Halloween costume store and going to like peruse shitty costumes?
Fuck Party City. That was, yeah, that's exactly where that shit went down too. Other people's children running rampant as well. I've been asked if I worked there at one of those. Like, the last one I was at was in high school because I was looking for something with someone else, I guess. And some lady walked up and asked if I worked there. I guess I looked like I worked there. I had one earbud in. One earbud in screams, "Fuck my life, I work here," I guess. You know?
You had the look.
I had the look.
What are your favorite scary movies? Top 3 ever.
I like classics. I like The Shining. The Shining is probably my number 1 favorite horror movie. It checks a lot of boxes for me.
I think it's awesome as a movie. I don't know if it's as scary as some movies, but I don't think that necessarily matters. Because it is pretty scary.
I think a different style, like I actually found very scary, was Insidious. I forget which one it was. Mm-hmm. But they all kind of have the same feel. Just like the storyline got me into the actual storyline. The jump scares were timed really well. Mm-hmm. Even though I don't always like jump scares. Like, if it's back to back to back to back, fuck that. But if you build up to a scene and then use a jump scare, I think that works.
Insidious, the demon looks like the guy in Star Wars.
Which one?
The one with the red and black face.
Darth Maul?
Yeah.
Kind of.
They literally look exactly alike.
You're about to show
I love
proof.
Darth Maul.
Me too. I also like classic zombie movies where the zombies aren't necessarily scary. It's just spooky all around though. I like that technically I could classify zombies as sci-fi horror. In the first zombie movie, what was it? Night of the Living Dead.
That's a good one.
It's technically that some radiation from space or whatever the fuck is the reason that they're coming back to life. Mm-hmm. And I love sci-fi horror in general. A Quiet Place is probably one of the best horror movies in general.
I'm trying to think. What the fuck else is popular?
Did you like Scream?
I loved Scream.
I love slasher movies like that.
I had to come around on it. I didn't like it at first. Because I didn't really know it was supposed to be satirical when I first watched it.
Yeah, see, I kind of find that funny.
Yeah.
More than
it's funny and scary.
That you can laugh at. Well, I mean, my friends and I, we used to watch Saw and fucking
Those are definitely ones you could laugh at.
Human Centipede. Have you seen that? Shit's fucked up.
No thanks. I looked up scary movies and Coraline came up.
I mean,
I'm still scared by that fucking movie.
For kids, for sure.
No, for me,
I
god
love
damn it.
That movie,
Silence of the Lamb. It was really long and drawn out.
You never finished it.
I did not, but it was a slow burn. Unfriended.
Unfriended was so good.
It's so funny.
Have you seen that?
No.
You remember the memes about it though, right?
Okay, everybody put their hands up. Those were That's peak comedy, honestly.
Peak comedy.
The Vines that came out.
I miss Vine. Good God.
You seen Hereditary or what's the other one? Midsommar.
Oh God, I couldn't watch Midsommar.
No.
Midsommar's fucking weird. And so is Hereditary, but Midsommar's too weird for me because they're having demonic orgies and shit, and they're having mating rituals and shit.
Mating rituals.
I didn't really fuck with it.
I like when there's a good storyline and it's not just jump scares.
Didn't we say we were gonna talk about more cryptids and shit? I want to come back to Mothman. Okay, Louis.
I want to come back to Mothman. So, Mothman? I did look it up, and there were sightings of Mothman in Kentucky.
Really?
Yes. So it is technically a Kentucky thing. Did you know that Mothman became a thing around the same time the Cold War was happening? So everyone was afraid it was Russian experiments or some shit.
Fucking of course.
And
love that.
And you were talking. Russia. You were talking about the Men in Black last episode, and I mean it is kind of there were a lot of Men in Black around there at the time.
Yeah.
Which is also something that's kind of weird about it. I like stories like that where there's like a whole like weird atmosphere about it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't say that I believe in Mothman, but I think the story's cool.
I think the creepiest one that I've heard about is like these children that'll be alone and then come up to you asking for something, and there was the whole thing. Oh, I gotta look it up first because I don't remember it well enough.
Have you heard of, okay, I saw this on Unsolved Mysteries. It's like in Japan there's many like sightings of ghosts that are like killed from the hurricane.
Suicide Force 2.
Yeah. There will
Yeah,
be
I saw
people
that.
who were dripping wet and they ask for clothes and then they're just gone all of a sudden. Like there was this one taxi driver who like had the miles like reported in his car, and he turned around the car and like there was nobody there.
I can't find what I was trying to explain, but essentially the story that I heard was they're talking about how they're sitting in this parking lot late at night, and that's usually when they're seen. Late at night, usually isolated areas. This person was just like sitting in their car, about to go home or whatever, and these kids come up to them like asking for help, but not seeming panicked at all, very straight face, and just having black eyes. And
Shadow children?
yeah, that might be it. I kept looking up like faceless children or lost children.
I've been to Waverly a few times and nothing's ever happened.
Really?
Yeah, I've never just experienced anything paranormally. I believe in it though. I'm not like...
A skeptic.
Yeah.
I'm a skeptic.
Who's to say ghosts are bound by physical aspects of the land anyways? I mean, if they're on the spiritual realm,
Maybe
they could be on a different fucking side of the world.
They
could be those
They're on
Japanese
vacation.
ghosts. Yeah.
I mean, shit, if I got to choose where I was, I wouldn't be here.
I mean, what if somebody had, like, a life-changing trip to, like, Europe in their youth, even if they lived and died in, like, Kentucky, and they still ended up there? Like, they could
That's actually a good point, yeah.
They could probably fucking go wherever they wanted.
That's a good
They don't need,
point,
like, a car or something or a plane.
Right? Don't you think of ghosts as being able to, like, pass through walls and fly?
Yeah.
Things fly. Where the fuck would you fly to? Not crusty, dusty Louisville, Kentucky.
Crusty, dusty.
Gosh. That's pretty good.
Is Halloween a good time to talk about aliens?
I think so. I think aliens are scary, cosmic horror type shit.
It's time.
Do you think that... Well, let's talk about... We don't have to talk about, like, logistics of alien shit and stuff, because, like, I definitely could get on my tinfoil hat shit.
Do it.
But, no, let's talk about, like, I know you believe in aliens, and I know I believe in aliens. So, do you think that, like, people get, like, abducted and shit? Like, do you think any of those stories are, like...
Honestly, I find those to be more compelling than, oh, I saw this spaceship.
You know, not all UFO sightings are, like, one person. Some of them,
Some of them, it's like a whole city.
There was one in San Francisco, I believe, where like it was like the most sighted UFO in recent memory, and I think it was like an orange light or something in the sky that like 300 plus people saw, and you can't really write that off as like mass hallucination or something. Like they make up some crazy shit to discount UFOs.
True. You know how they declassified a bunch of information on UFOs?
Saying that basically all the videos of like UFOs moving like crazy are real.
Well, so...
Are real videos anyway.
Yeah, real videos.
Real UFOs.
And those are only, they're like government, like the Navy and the Air Force have a lot of those videos of just unidentified objects while they're out doing their job. Stuff going in and out of the water at crazy speeds.
Like literally, if you calculate the way they move, like there's no spaceship that we have.
Right.
You'd have to call it a spaceship because of the way it moves. It's not just a fucking plane going straight. It's moving in directions we don't understand. At speeds we don't understand.
I've seen some, so not all of the pilots who have taken these videos are open about it, but a couple of them are. So they could be trying to make money off of this, like just realistically. This is just the skeptical side. But on the other hand, I watched an analysis of one video where they explain how it's zoomed in so much and like
that it makes it seem like
it's going faster than it really is. You zoom in on something on your own phone and just move it a little bit and it looks like it's whipping back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're following something in that, it looks like it's going really fast.
So you don't believe in any of those?
Some of them might be real. I didn't say that. Some of them could be...
So let's get back to the abductions. Fucking abductions. If the spaceships are here, they're here for a reason. And unless they want to observe us like monkeys...
I did observe us like monkeys.
I don't think we'd be very interesting.
I feel like in the long run we're more interesting than short periods of time. Like throughout history, I think humanity's interesting. Right now, boring as shit, and I'm sure everybody before me has thought that their current time period was more boring than the past.
Yeah.
I'm sadly a little convinced in the idea of like, well, maybe we are just an experiment and they're like checking up on us because what if they're this is the most crackpot thing I will ever say. A lot of ancient aliens theory is they just talk about how, well, what if we're descended from aliens? And like, conceptually, I find that really interesting.
The missing link is an alien.
Right. Or
just our early people interbred with aliens.
Maybe.
I mean, who fucking knows?
Maybe it was psychedelics, maybe it was aliens.
Maybe the gods that have similar properties of being related to nature are either somebody tripping balls me like, what if this one dude is just like making all this shit happen?
Aliens
or
that were really
aliens that were actually making that shit fucking happen.
Like, what if Jesus was an alien? What if Moses was an alien? He was part of the sea.
Aliens were terraforming the earth to make it habitable for themselves. I don't know. I find that compelling. Of like, if they are coming back, I don't think they'd be coming back to mine the planet for resources. If they have space travel like that, they could go wherever the fuck they want and just obliterate the entire planet and use it for energy. Like, I don't think they would just be chilling, watching humanity for fun.
Maybe we're cartoons for the aliens. Maybe we're like, maybe we are entertained. Maybe we were made to be dramatic.
Alien culture, we're funny.
Maybe we're dramatic and stupid for their enjoyment. What if they...
what if we're reality TV for an alien civilization? Or the Nature Channel?
What if they appreciate, like, Earth entertainment? Like, what if they watch, like,
what if we're here just to create entertainment for the aliens?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Dance, monkey, dance.
They're like, we're too smart. We can't make anything funny. Shit, make a dumb race of 8 people that create anything we want.
They watch our movies and they're like, haha, monkey.
Monkey. Yeah. What are you?
They're just like us. Do you think that we'll ever have like a zombie apocalypse or something like that? No.
No, but I wish.
I mean, that could be the next plague. That could be COVID-3.
COVID-3? What?
The next COVID. Last year it was the first COVID.
COVID-1? COVID-2?
This year it was a different COVID. Next year might be zombie COVID.
God.
It could happen.
It could happen. You've probably heard about the fungus that like infects ants and makes them climb up the branch.
That could potentially
semi-dead.
That could potentially cross over.
It potentially is like a big stretch for that because, you know, an ant is very different from a human being.
But shit can cross species barriers like that.
Not from an ant.
Well, it could make its way up. It could.
It's also not a disease, so it's not gonna like.
It's not a disease.
It's
a fungus.
Yeah. But you know, some country maybe manipulates that fungus and then creates a bioweapon out of it. Then yeah, we're at Last of Us fungus zombies. Mm-hmm. I find that plausible. Maybe the government does crazy shit. We've talked about that already.
There's a fungus among us.
Monsters inside us.
Oh god, that show was fucked up. Nikki used to. She'll tell you all about it. She was like horrified
pass on
by it.
that one.
Yeah, me too.
I'm already like, every time I'm sick, I'm like, what if I have a worm?
God.
Skeletons.
What?
We all have skeletons inside us. Do you ever think about that?
Oh my god.
That's scary.
But it's humbling.
Is it?
I am just a skeleton.
We're all just skeletons.
I'm a bit more than a skeleton.
I'm just a brain.
I'm twice a skeleton.
Twice a skeleton.
At least twice a skeleton.
You're
You're skeleton. You're skeleton.
You're
skeleton.
You're skeleton, big boned.
Big boned.
You know ours aren't the same size. There's no way.
What?
Like, if you were to look at us
I have a
side by
big
side.
skeleton and she has a small skeleton. That's what she's trying to explain to me.
Yes.
Yes.
Scientifically. Yes.
Your spine alone.
When I die, just throw me in the trash.
Whoa.
Oh my god. We've talked about this.
That's kind of funny.
He said he wants to die after me, so we can do that. I'm like, no.
So, Louis, you were telling me about these creepy-ass voicemails you have on your phone.
Why, yes, Preston. I do
Oh
have
my
creepy
god,
ass...
shut up. No. Forced.
I'm a radio host now. Why, yes, Preston.
Indeed.
That's the question again.
So, Louis, you were telling me that you have these creepy-ass voicemails that got left on your phone, like, from some strange, random-ass phone number, right?
So, a few months ago, I got a voicemail, and I thought it was pretty creepy, because it... Here, I'll just play it. I think I've already played this one for Preston.
Hello. That's awful. I think
with no context, not knowing who the person is,
right.
I didn't do anything because I just assumed it was like a scam call or something. It was pretty creepy to be a fucking scam call, but I just moved on with my life. So that was time-stamped 9:51 in the morning on August the 21st.
That's so weird.
Just on the 6th of October, which was just a couple weeks ago, I got another voicemail from the same number. Here. This is the follow-up.
Hey, Ronnie, this is Anna. Give me a call. I need that. So, bye.
What the fuck?
Now,
none of that was understandable.
Hello. You could pick that out in the first one. That is incoherent.
That is country bumpkin talk. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Caroline seems to think it's like a woman, and it's like a heavy smoker or something.
It kind of sounds like that, but that second one makes me think redneck old man.
Like, why is this person calling me? And just the voice alone, I feel like I'm about to be murdered.
Abducted and then murdered.
And I'm sure that...
What are you about to say? I'm sure that they do that. Like...
Here, I'm going to play it one more time. And tell me if you hear Beelzebub at the end of it.
What the fuck you mean?
You know that's like...
I know some demon shit.
It's Latin for Satan, I think.
Hey, Ronnie, this is Anna. Give me a call. I need that. So, bye.
Beelzebub.
All I catch at the end is bye. Oh my god.
No, you didn't say bye, you said Beelzebub.
I totally could see it being a severe smoker with like one of those robot voice things on their throat.
I hate those fucking commercials.
It's creepy. Like, yeah, it's sad, but like, their voice sounds creepy as shit.
I don't want to see that. Especially when it's like, it used to be running during like Monday morning cartoons, and it's like,
I'm too young to comprehend this. What do you mean?
I'm 10 years old and you're showing me, like, robot people. But anyways, I just wanted to show those voicemails because I thought they were marginally creepy. Like,
they're reasonably creepy.
Should I call them on the show?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Is this a can of worms that we want to open?
I don't think I'm ready for this. If they call you again, I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Because what if they pick up?
What if they pick up?
And it's like, hello! Welcome to your death.
Oh my God. Just think of how tense it would be if they answer. What if you call and we don't say anything if they answer?
Would we do it like a prank call thing? Like, is Seymour Butts there? And it's like, Seymour Butts.
Is this a Mr. Seymour Butts? If that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to do for content, I totally understand. I feel like that would be very enjoyable, and I also feel like it might be a little cringy and scary at the same time. They answered at the very end.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Oh shit, that means that they did pick up.
That does mean that they picked up. He hung it up right as they answered. Oh my God. What if they call you back? You were just so ready to hang up.
I had no plan of attack for if they did pick up.
Like I said, just be silent. Just dead silent. And see what they do.
Okay. Are you ready to do this Ouija board?
Yes, I'm ready for the Ouija board. I feel like I'm prepared now.
If I had like a Fitbit or something, you'd be able to see that my vitals are already raised.
Me too.
We've already been scaring each other.
Me too.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you take the leads on this.
Okay, I agree with what Caroline said of making sure that we don't invite any evil spirits. But fuck it if we do. We have sage. We're gonna sage the apartment after this.
Okay.
I'm glad we haven't saged the apartment yet, because maybe there's more likely to be something here.
Mm-hmm.
But
who knows? We could do some good today.
We could do some good.
Goddamn sirens. Fuck.
Hope they fucking die.
Don't say that. We're about to talk to dead people.
Dude, somebody's car alarm just continues to go on after that.
I hope that's not mine. Oh, fuck. That's not good.
Unless it's a Coinky thing. Where'd you park?
Just out front.
Oh, it's the crazy people that track you down with your car.
They were like, I have your location.
I found him, finally. Oh my God.
So, my car was just broken into.
You fucking liar.
Potentially.
Possibly.
I don't know how well the microphone picked it up, but there was a police siren, and then there was a car alarm that went off, and I took out my keys and pressed lock just to make sure that it wasn't my car, and the alarm stopped. But when I went out there wasn't anybody there.
Sometimes people just be sitting on their keys.
I wasn't sitting on my keys. My keys were in a respectable place.
A respectable place.
Anyways, like I said, I'm going to let you take the reins on this.
Alright, you gotta put both hands on it.
Okay.
So it's like this. And then, do we care if we invite evil spirits, potentially? Or do we want to play it safe and say, are there any good spirits here?
I think we should just say fuck it. You know, we're looking for anybody that's here, aren't we?
Is anyone out there? It's actually starting to fucking move.
So is that yes?
That's a B.
Or is that a B?
That's a B.
Okay. Where are they going with this? It doesn't feel like I'm moving it at all. I don't think I am.
No. And I'm like barely on there. I'm hovering. Alright.
What is B?
B-E.
This is like... This is like the ticket from
Is that an A?
Polar Express.
B-E-A. Okay. B?
B-E-A-B. Bieber?
B-E-A-B. A? What?
The Babadook.
C? B?
B-E-C-A-E.
No, you were.
You're illiterate.
B-E-A-B-A-C. I think we got a demon that's just speaking in tongues. Back at C. Okay, maybe I should get a piece of paper to write all this shit down, because I can't remember all this shit. Wait, how do we close it? How do we close it?
Goodbye. So far we have B-E-A-B-A-C. You know those are all musical notes.
True facts.
So, I wonder what that would be. You think it would be like a tune?
A tune to summon the ghost.
Okay, let's try this again. See if we get different results now that we have paper.
You want to do both, or do you want to do
We can do
one?
both. Is anybody out there? Anything?
I don't know about all that.
So, what we've gotten so far, B-E-A-B-A-C, and then the second time we tried it, we got E-G-D-J-S-X-R-N-W. Maybe we're doing it wrong. Maybe ask a question.
What is your name?
C.
C what? H? Is that an O?
Yeah.
C-H-O. C-H-O what? S. C-H-O-S what? There's no way it's just Chos. C-H-O-S what? What is that, Louis?
What is it? P? Chosp.
Jasper the ghost. Okay, D doesn't make any sense.
God damn it. Maybe it's because I took my hand off. Maybe it was Chosper.
Jasper. The friendly ghost.
What if it's like the actual ghost name and we're making fun of it and Gideon's like really mad?
Fuck the ghost. I'm gonna sage this place afterwards and it's gonna be gone. B-E-A-B-A-C. E-G-D-J-S-X-R-N-W.
That's the end of a hyperlink. Let's try and say that.
You try to say that. Those aren't words. Egdejisk.
Oh my God.
That does sound like speaking in tongues, honestly. They really do that when speaking in tongues. Are you gonna burn your Ouija board after this, Louis?
Fuck Hasbro.
Maybe my real Ouija board would work. And by
Your
real
cardboard
Ouija...
one?
No. By real Ouija board, I mean, like, ancient was my great-grandmother's as a child.
Oh, shit.
Like, when they first started making Ouija board. So, I'll have to hunt that down, and we can just try that off the podcast to see, because that one, of any Ouija board that I would trust to work, like, guaranteed, would be some old shit like that, you know? Just different energy.
Well, I did get this Ouija board at a yard sale.
True. Tongues is creepier than, hi, my name's Andy, like, a chill ghost. If it was a chill ghost, I wouldn't sage the place afterwards. I'd then continue to be Momo's best friend, but...
I don't think this place needs to be saged. Maybe there just weren't any spirits to inhabit in this place. Maybe they're all somewhere nicer
Hopefully.
than crusty, dusty Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, they're calling you back.
Hello?
Hello, you call me?
Who is this?
It's Ronnie.
Have you ever called me before?
Is this 612? I'm sorry, I got the wrong number.
Alright. Thank you.
That was so weird.
My name's Rodney. Why are they calling me again?
Don't answer.
I'll text them back.
Don't text them.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, thank you everybody for listening to this very special, chaotic episode of our Halloween Spooktacular.
The spookiest.
It got pretty spooky there.
A little weird.
It definitely gets weird anytime we're in the room together.
True.
So, you know.
I love that they called you back.
And who knows, we might be back same time next year with another bout of spooky stories and ghost adventures.
Think so? Hopefully.
We could do something paranormal between now and then, so we'll have something to talk about.
Do something paranormal. What does that mean?
It means we could get, like, I don't know, possessed or something.
Get possessed or something. I think that there's a lot of space in between Ouija board and getting possessed. How about go stay the night at Waverly or something like that?
We could do this somewhere haunted.
Stay the night at Waverly and bring a Ouija board?
And get possessed.
And get possessed.
Let's go.
Triple whammy.
And
what if you just get possessed by someone with tuberculosis and you just keep coughing the entire time?
If I got possessed by a mental patient, everyone around me would be like, wow, Louie, you're less manic than usual.
Oh my god. Alright, everyone, we'll be back same time next week. Links and bios and everything, as always. Hopefully we'll be back to do another Halloween episode next year. That'd be very cool. Hopefully it was fun, you know.
It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.